Okay, so we'll continue from where we had left. Okay, before we proceed again, we'll have a very quick recap from time to time of what we had learned in the previous session. So, previous session, the first part was your fundamental principles and its framework, conceptual framework, which talks about the threat plus the safeguard plus no clap. No clap talks about what are the examples of no clap, how it is, what auditor is supposed to do, or how it's different from SA 250, and what documentation needs to be done. Okay, so these things have been already asked in the question. The second part was about your CA Act. So first it started with the membership, then it started with the what you will do, COP, then we discussed about the designation. So these are all the major things we have discussed. Okay, now we will discuss, okay, how can you have how many branches you can have? What is the logic or rules related to the branch accounts? Because from where you are going to operate. Now, let us see that, what they are trying to tell. So section 27 of the CA Act says that a CA practicing firm of chartered accountant or a firm of chartered accountants, they can have more than one branch office in India. That means if they have more than one office in India, each should be under the separate in charge of them. Okay, so you can have 100, 200, any number of branches you can have. But whatever branches you have, there should be one member. It should be in charge of the member of the institute. That means you cannot leave this office in charge of who is not a qualified person. Like you have some staff there. Okay, over the phone you talk to them and you run your business. You have got one office in Bangalore. You are here in Bangalore. But over the phone you discuss and get the job done. You have appointed a BCom graduate there or some experienced person, whoever. No, not possible. There should be a member. Now, who can be that member? We will see. Now, failure of this will result into professional misconduct. That means if any of the branches, if it is found that you don't have a member there representing that office, it becomes a professional misconduct. However, some exemptions have been given. Okay, anyhow, today's day it doesn't make more sense, this exemption. But let us understand what exemption has been given to the people who are practicing in hilly areas. See what happens in olden days, in 1949, I can say. What would have happened? In 1949, see, during the monsoon season, okay, winter season, your hilly areas get disconnected from the plain areas. Okay, there will be complete snowfall or something like that. So that's why they have given one exemption that, okay, you can have one temporary office in the plains for a period not exceeding 3 months in a year, because that's the time when you get actually disconnected from the other part of the world, which is that period, whichever monsoon period or rainy season period, whatever. So you can open for a maximum period too, like on a hilly area is where you are situated, and in the plain you can have one more office where nobody is there, but this should be only for 3 months. Now, regular office need not be closed, and all the correspondence will continue to be made at the regular office only. That means you can have two offices only for the 3 months period. Name board in the temporary office should be temporarily displayed only during that period. That means that 3 months only you should have your name board, Nagabhushan by chartered accountant. After 3 months, I should remove this name board. Okay. Now the temporary office shall not be mentioned in the letterheads, visiting cards, or any other documents. Why? Because I should not make it as an advertisement. See, here the exemption is given to us for the sake of a convenience. But I say we should not use this convenience as a exception as a rule and try to take the advantage telling like I have got two offices. Okay, and before the commencement of every winter, okay, so this exemption is given for the winter period. It shall be obligatory on the member to inform ICI. So if you want to open such office, before winter only you should inform ICI and take the permission. If he is opening the temporary office from a particular date to date, so you should tell from which period to which period. An intimation to that effect is sent to the office of the institute by a registered post. You should tell beforehand, like this is what I am going to do. Yes, very important point. This is one of the exemptions you have got for only those chartered accountants who are operating from hilly areas. Yeah, today roads have come, you don't have such issues, but this provision still continues, but there can be still places which may get disconnected from the word. Yes, I hope this part is clear. You are clear with this branch office? Yes, the basic rule is simple. You can have any number of branch office, but there should be a full-time chartered accountant who can be a paid employee also, who can be your partner also. But you cannot have a branch office without a member. Yes, you can have exemption number 1 if you are located from a hilly area, and there is one general exemption is also given. The above condition apply to any additional office situated at a place beyond 50 kilometers from the municipal limit. Now, what is this municipal limit? That means there is one general exemption to everyone, that within the 50 kilometers range, you can have 2 offices. What is the idea here? See, 50 kilometers is something you can actually go and come in one day only. So that is the idea. So that means I can have 3 offices. One office is here, another office is within the 50 kilometers. That we will understand as we proceed further. We will understand it. Another office within 50 kilometers, another office in the plain for 3 months. But this office, I should not show the nameplate, name board other than that 3 months. This office I should not mention in my any documents. And I should have taken the permission before I open it. I should tell that from which period to which period I am going to do open it and the registered post. So who should be that in charge of the branch? Either he can be a partner or a paid assistant, or he must be into whole-time employment with him. If he is a paid assistant, whole-time employment. Otherwise, what I can do, 2 friends can talk to each other. Okay, I am here in Bangalore. My friend is in Bangalore. So what I will do, I will put one more his board in Bangalore and my board in Bangalore. So he will handle both the places. I will handle him. So this is the understanding we have got. In both of our letterhead, we will say we have got a branch in Bangalore, and I will say I have got a branch in Bangalore. No, this cannot happen. Now, if you are going to make someone as an in charge, if partner well and good, otherwise that person should be a paid assistant, and he should be in whole-time employment, not part-time employment. Don't tell that he is a part-time employee. Now, the requirement regarding member being in charge is satisfied only if it is actively associated with such an office. Now, how to know whether, because for the namesake you can put one partner there. He may be traveling once in a while. Is that acceptable? No, because that person should have actively associated, and such association should be deemed to exist if the member resides in the place where the office is situated for not less than 182 days. That means minimum 6 months in a year, he should have stayed in that particular place where the office is located. Now you see, now it's very difficult to fool ICI. That means if you open one more office in Bangalore, see, Bangalore is more than 50 kilometers from Bangalore. Now you need to have a full-time person. You cannot appoint any part-time person. You cannot tell your friend to have, please take care. Then if you appoint somebody full-time, okay, maybe that person, you also might have tell one of your partner, go and come there from time to time. No, you need to show them that at least 6 months he has resided in this particular place where this office was situated. So you have to prove with the documentation. Tomorrow, please understand, friends, in all these cases, because our nasib is good, nothing is going to happen. But if at any complaint goes, somewhere institute comes to know, then they will demand the documentation. Then you have to prove it. Look, I was already present there. So that becomes the responsibility of the chartered accountant to prove it. Okay, if he attends not less than for 182 days in a year. However, member can be in charge of 2 offices if they are located within the same accommodation. Okay. In this context, council has given some decisions. Okay, let us see that. With regard to the use of the name board, there is no bar on putting the name board in the place of residence of a member with the designation of chartered accountant, provided it is in his name, in his individual capacity, not of the firm. See, that means what I can do. I am situated in Surathkal. In front of my house, can I put a board? Yes, I can put Nagabhushan by chartered accountant. That's it. But actually, I am a partner in Bangalore, or I am partner in some other place, Bangalore, wherever I may be. Now there is one official nameplate there, or Bangalore, or wherever. So every person is given one privilege to put a name board in their house. Yeah, so this is one of the privilege you can have. It's not considered as a branch because this is where actually you reside. This is your house. In front of our house, you can put. So this is one of the general exemption given to all the members. But that name board should not be belonging to the firm. It should be belonging to you in your individual name. Okay. Now let us see one illustration. Mr. and X and Y are the partners of a chartered accountant firm. One in charge of the head office and another in charge of the branch, situated at 80 kilometers far away. That doesn't matter. Even though 800 kilometers far away is also fine. But two in charge should be there. Yes, they are perfect. They have put the name board of the firm in both the premises. This is wrong. You cannot put the name board of the firm, but you can put the name board of your individual names. Okay, then you can talk about this provision that council of the institute has decided. Please see, students, it is not the section. See, that's what I told you. Whenever you tell the provision, is it the section of the Chartered Accountants Act? Is it a schedule? Is it the council guidelines? Is it this recommendatory guidelines? Or is it the council resolution? You need to tell that. So in this case, who told that you can put the name board? Council has decided, or council has passed a resolution that with regard to the name board, there will be no bar in putting the name board as a place of residence, but it should not belong to the firm. In the given case, they are guilty of professional misconduct. I hope it's clear. Any doubts? You please ask me. Okay, now there is one more exemption. That exemption may be granted for having second office. That is what they told you, no? If it is same accommodation, located in one and the same accommodation. That means what is that same accommodation? So you can have one general exemption if the second office is located in the same premises in which the first office is located. Like for example, you are in an apartment, you are in a commercial building, where in the first floor you have got one office, third floor also you have got one office. Then you need not have a full-time person there. In the both single premises you have got two offices. Yes, permitted. Yeah, because of the, you should consider, because of the space restrictions and all, you can have two offices in the same premises. I said okay, that's not an issue. Now, can you have in the same city? Yes, that is also fine. That means one office is located in this building, another office in the same city located in this building. Now, do I need to have one more chartered accountant? Not required, because it is within the same city. You can, morning you can go there, afternoon you can come here. Another client calls, you can go here. So you can go to and fro. Now, the second office situated within 50 kilometers of the municipal limits in which the first office is situated. So see, they gave an example here. Please see what they are trying to tell. Within city, you can have first office, second office. Within the same premises, you can have first office, second office. At the same time, within 50 kilometers of the municipal limits also you can have the office. Okay, what is this example? See here, there is a city X. This is the municipal limits of city X. Say for example, Mangalore I can say. And my Mangalore's city limits end in, say for example, Suratkal. And in between, okay, you have got different places or whatever. Another city comes, and that city is say Udupi. This Udupi city limit starts from say Katpadi, and it will go on, for example. Okay, now if your office is anywhere, see Mangalore will say, for example, will stretch from say Puttur on one side, okay, your Sulya from another side, okay, it is having one city limit now. Now, what they are trying to tell, see, if you are trying to compare the distance of 50 kilometers, in this Mangalore, you could be located anywhere. Like I can be located in Mangalore also, I can be located in Suratkal also. Suratkal to Mangalore around 20 kilometers difference, that doesn't matter. Now, when you are trying to find out the second office, you should start from the municipal limits. Okay, why? Again, we are talking about 1949 students. See, today it is very easy. Google map is there. You can easily find the distance. But in 1949, it was very difficult to find the distance. No? So there were municipal limits. They had put some distance and all. They must have mentioned somewhere. Okay, that's why they were considered as a municipal limit, because who will measure? Chalo, your office is, for example, in between, say Baikampadi. From Baikampadi to say Udupi, how much is the distance? Who will find out? Today it is very easy. Google map, you go and find. You will get to know. But in 1949, it was not easy, no. That's why they found out the city limits as a benchmark cutoff. They said from here, okay, your office should be located within 50 kilometers. Within 50 kilometers from the municipal city limits of a city in which you are located. That means You can be here also, you can be here also. This distance is ignored. See, this distance is 15 kilometers. You ignore it. Now your time starts from here. From here, okay, one city limit to another city limit, how much? 35 kilometers. So here to, where is your office located? Here, how much? 10. So total 35 plus 10, 45. Yes, you can. Now can you have your office here, which is 15 kilometers from this limit? Then what is going to happen? 35 plus 15, 50. That is also fine. But imagine, let me tell you one example here only. What if you have one office in this particular place, which is 20 kilometers from this city limits now, 20 kilometers. Okay, now how to know now? See, first of all, I will take the city limits. I will say from here to another city, how much kilometers? 35 kilometers. And inside that city to that office, how much? 20 kilometers. So total how much? 55 kilometers. No. If I want to have such an office, I need to have a full-time chartered accountant there. So you need to understand the concept of a municipal limit. The distance starts from the end of the city limit. I hope it's clear, students. Fine. Yes. So we have seen 3 exemptions, students. See, first of all, you can have any number, but you need to have full-time CA, who is your either partner or a paid employee. And those 2 people should be minimum 180 days, they should be associated with that office. Second, for a hilly area, there is 3 months exemption. Third, for all CA, there is one general exemption of putting name board in their office, in their residence, not in the name of the firm. And fourth, there is one general exemption for all the firms to have second office within same premise, within city, or within 50 kilometers from the municipal limits. So this is about your branch office related provisions. Now member having 2 offices should declare now which will be his main office. So this has to be informed to the institute. So let's see some of the examples. Yes, we can put the name board in both the places. Here we can put the name board. Here also we can put. Here also we can put. Okay, and what is the idea here? Again, idea is same. See, in both the places, whenever any client comes, we want a CA to attend them, not someone else, because it doesn't good luck otherwise. So now if you are within that 50 kilometer range, then what you can do? You can tell that client, look, Baba, I'll come in the evening. We will meet in the evening. So you can arrange the meeting in the evening. You can go there. You can meet that client, and then you can come back again. But if you are located very far away places, okay, that may not happen. That you tell, okay, you talk to my assistant. So this risk is there. So that's the reason they have put that 50 kilometer limit, so that you can see. Today, so we can go. Still, we can go at a 150 kilometer distance. Also, we can go and come today. But you think from the 1949 point of view. Yes. Now, chartered accountant in practice as a sole proprietor, and he was having office in Chennai. Due to increase in the income tax work, he opened another office. See, from this word you come to know that it is office related thing. Near the income tax office only, which is within the city at a distance of 30 kilometers from the office in the suburb. For running the new office, he is employed one retired income tax commissioner. That is not a problem because it is within the city only. So you are going to talk about section 27 now, that you should be, if you are opening more than one office, you should have a full-time CA. Then you can talk about the general exemption given by the ICA Council by passing a resolution that you can have within the same city, within the same premises, or within 50 kilometers from the city limit, and say that in the given case there is no misconduct. Why? Because it is located within the same city, and that too within 30 kilometers from the office limits of the suburb. Yes. Let us see some more. There was a sole proprietor firm with the office in the busy belt of the city, located in an industrial cluster in a distance of 26 kilometers from the office of the firm. So one more additional office was established. A facilitation center was opened in the industrial cluster. The proprietor managed both the office, examined. Yes, again there is no misconduct because of the second office exemption. However, in this case what happened? No intimation was given to the ICA for this. There is a misconduct for not intimating, because if we go back, they told that a member having two offices should tell which is their main office. You see, students, how they will catch. Now, 2 marks to you would have lost in this if you would have simply told. Why? Because see, this is the catch. Examine. Whenever they say the word examine, there will be some components. Whether they say any professional misconduct, yes, you don't have misconduct for second office, but you have misconduct for not office. If you tell the provision plus to give that comment, you will be getting 2 marks. Yes, that's it. Let us see any questions have been there. CA in practice, Mumbai, Churchgate. Due to increasing the professional work, he opens another office in Mumbai, which is 80 kilometers from the municipal limits of a city. He employs one retired income tax officer. Is he guilty? Yes, definitely he is guilty, because he is liable for misconduct because it has crossed 50-kilometer limit. Okay, and this question we have already seen, I believe. They have put the name board in the respective premises. Illustration 3 we have seen. Illustration 4 also we have seen now. Just now we have seen. Yes, these are all the questions. And this question was there somewhere in the old syllabus. So I got that. See, this is the catch in this syllabus, that they have not given the intimation. If you see this, you remember that they can add something extra in the examination question. Clear, students? Done. So now we will move on to the next one called the KYC norms. See, we are done with the membership, resignation, disability, removal. Okay. Companies not to engage in accountancy, we have seen. Falsely claiming to be a member, that also we have seen. Unqualified persons not to sign the documents, and maintenance of the branch account, that is also done. Okay, so now there is one KYC norms. Okay, so they have given the KYC. I think it was not there here. Okay, so what they are trying to tell, you should be knowing about your client. So keeping in mind the highest standard, the Council of Institute has issued a norms to be observed by the members. They have approved the following KYC norms. So what they say, you should know about your client whenever client comes to you, because what happens, income tax department and all, they see that the client is absconding, there is no details about who claimed the credit and all. So they will catch hold of the chartered accountant. At that time, they started to tell, we don't know anything, because we also didn't knew about it, because obviously, no, I say it doesn't have any norms. See, now that awareness is coming, okay, so if any new person comes for rented accommodation, you get the police verification, take their Aadhaar card and all. Once upon a time, who used to ask all these things? So now, ICA also has brought that KYC norms. What they say, very, very simple. Where a client is an individual or a proprietor, any individual comes to you, you need to gather some general information, like what is the name, what is PAN and Aadhaar card number, business description, and latest audited financial statement. These you need to get so that you can understand that client. And they must have given you some tax audit engagement or any type of engagement they must have given, income tax representation. So you need to know about the document about the type of engagement. This is what you need to have in case of an individual or a proprietor. It's very easy to remember. Now, if your client is a corporate, like company, LLP, then you need to have a same general information, name and address of the entity, like here also name of that proprietor, individual. Then you have got the business description. You need to know here also business description is there. Then name of the parent company in case of a subsidiary, and copy of the latest audited financial statement. This is something extra. Name of the parent company. Okay. Now you may ask me, sir, where is your PAN and all? Its PAN is also there. They are calling it as a regulatory information. Like PAN, Aadhaar, so they will not have. Company identification number. Since they are directors name and address, and directors identification. So they are classified as a regulatory information, because they is a artificial judicial person. And when it comes to engagement, type of engagement. Very easy to remember. Yes. Then what if it is a non-corporate entity, like your partnership firms or trust, society? Then name and address of the entity we have seen already. PAN number also we have seen. Business description, this is same. Copy of last audited financial statement is also same. Partners name and addresses, because it's a non-corporate entity, their Aadhaar card, DIN number, which is similar to directors you have taken. Because see, for individual what happens? Individual, your individual's Aadhaar number and the proprietary concern Aadhaar number is same. But here for the firm, you could have had a different PAN number for the firm, and their partners will have a different PAN number. So that's why it's more like a director's DIN you have to take. and the type of engagement. That's it. Let us see, did they ask any questions? Yes, they have asked one question in Test Your Knowledge 15. A chartered accountant gave advisory services to PQR Limited. He gave them GST consultation also, helped to set up the ERP system. But later, the company turned out to be part of the group companies involved in money laundering. So he got into problem now. Now, F was asked to provide the details of the companies to the investigating department. Now, F refused on the ground that he only gave consultancy services. And who told us that we should be getting information about them? They came to ask us advice. We told the advice. Like, for example, students, you go to a doctor now. Okay, suppose you are traveling somewhere, you get sick, you have a fever, you go to a doctor. Now, will doctor ask your Aadhaar card, PAN number and all? Where are you from? All those things? No, they will give the treatment and send. If you go to a hospital, they will, without Aadhaar card, they will not admit because you have to be staying there. So, some client came and took some advisory services. Now, he will ask you like, why I should be taking KYC? If you have anything, council has told, then tell me, I am responsible. Now, he said the company was not supposed to keep any information about the company. Is he right as per the guidelines? No, he is wrong. Because IC has issued the council guidelines. So, council of the institute has issued. It is not coming from section of CA Act. Please understand. This is what you need to tell every time, whether it is from the Act or schedule or council guidelines. So, council guidelines issues KYC now. So, since it's a private company, you can write about these, all the information has to be gathered for a corporate entity. In the given case, he has failed to gather the general information engagement regulation. That's why he will be guilty of contention is not valid. So, it is mandatory for him to get the comply with the KYC now. So, you have to get that information before you give any advisory services, because your advisory services can be taken to do that money laundering. They may not tell you, they may not represent you what they are doing. That's why they told, who is your parent? We need to know your parent also. If you happen to be a subsidiary. Yes. This is one of the questions. Yes, only one question is there in your Test Your Knowledge. No other questions. So we will enter now. Chartered accountants in service. Chartered accountant in service means, okay, till now we spoke about the CA in practice, the COP and all. So who is in service? Who is employed or engaged in executive or non-executive capacity like commerce, industry, service, public sector, education, non-profit, regulatory bodies, professional bodies, anywhere, anything you do other than practice. So that we have got primarily two categories. So I hope friends, by now you must have got that very good clarity about who is a practicing CA, what all things they can do, and who are those other people. If they can they do this type of task, or what type of task the practicing CA can do. Okay, I hope you are very clear. And please ask me doubts. If you have doubts, I will definitely do R&D and come back to you. Now, disciplinary procedure. Okay, the last part here, because they showed about the disciplinary mechanism. Now, what is that disciplinary procedure? Now, section 21, 21A, 22C, etc. lay down the procedure for investigation of the professional misconduct. And they give in the form of a chart. Okay, I will show you my chart. You can please refer from your study material only. Okay, so the disciplinary mechanism goes like this, friends. The first is the receipt of complaint, because there should be one trigger. Receipt of complaint is the starting point. Or someone must have got an information about the member. So institute can start proceeding based on that information, secret information, or somebody might have complained only. SEBI might have complained, your management might have complained, whoever. Now, who is going to receive that complaints? Like, who is that the main person who is going to get all the complaints? Their position or designation is disciplinary directorate. Okay, remember, director. Which director? Disciplinary director, because we are talking about the disciplinary. Director is like, okay, one person. So, say it should be one person. So, there is one centrally one person who will be receiving all complaints against all the members. Now, what is going to do? He has to be, see, he is a very intelligent person, and he's also a chartered accountant. So prima facie, he need to form one opinion by looking at the complaint, because sometimes no, the complaints are simply frivolous complaint out of jealousy. This complaint must have given. Okay, by looking at it only you understand. Okay, this is simply doesn't hold good actually. Now, in prima facie, if you feel that it is not guilty, okay, submit all the complaint and information to the board of discipline, because there are some more people now. Director will receive it and he will apply his mind, and if he feels it is not fine, he will give to the board of discipline. Board of discipline also will go through, they will apply their mind. If they accept it, they will close the matter and they will tell, okay, he is not guilty. But if we are going to reject it, then he may ask to further investigate this or proceed with the matter themselves, because one of the things they only deal some cases, or they can refer it to the disciplinary committee. See, committee is very dangerous, friends. You always know Supreme Court will form one committee. Okay? You have got remuneration committee. Committees are very specific tasks. Always remember, committees are, board is always there. Okay, but committee like special, one high profile or emergency work has to be done, then you form a committee. Okay, task force type of thing. Remember this, no, just to tell you, committee is always danger. So committee means again there are more than one person there, like audit committee, because they have got a specific task. Board, generic. So are you clear about the first part now? What if he thinks that this is not acceptable? Okay, so then he will give to the board. Board may accept it or reject it. If they reject it, they can send it back to do some more study, or they may take it up and do it if it is belonging to the first schedule. Otherwise, they can refer it to the disciplinary committee. Okay, now what if he prima facie thinks that yes, there is a catch here, there is a problem. If he feels that it is guilty, then he has to forward this complaint to one among the two type of people. If this issue is only related to first schedule, I told you they are minor. This will go to the board of discipline. But if it is related to the second schedule or first and second schedule, that means the moment you get the flavor of second schedule, which is danger, it will be given to the disciplinary committee. Now, both the people can either accept it, okay, or they may reject it, because they may feel like this is like a session court, this is like a high court. Now, both of them can reject also, and in that case, they will close it. Just like, okay, if they accept, they will close it, and they say that you are not guilty. But if they accept it, both they can do some further inquiry, and if at all they are found that this chartered accountant is really guilty of professional misconduct under first schedule, they can do reprimand. Reprimand means firing, or suspend the license for maximum 3 months, or they may charge a fine of 1 lakh rupees. If the same offense was committed under schedule 2 or 1 and 2, they can still reprimand, because it can be a very minor thing. Or if it is very serious issues, then their lifetime this membership can be suspended. That gone. Again, you don't come back to us. Or there can be a fine, maximum 5 lakhs. Now, this order will be given to the chartered accountant. Now, the chartered accountant, if he is not happy with this, he can approach the Supreme Court. Who is the Supreme Court for us here? Within 90 days, he can go to the appellate authority. Member of the directorate discipline, okay, or whoever. Anybody can appeal. Okay, so again, if they are not happy with other members, or somebody can make an appeal. If chartered accountant can make an appeal. So appellate authority either will confirm or modify or set aside the order, impose or change the penalty, remit the case for back to the reconsideration, or pass appropriate law. So this is how it happens. And for your information, once the case goes inside, the person who sends, they cannot cancel it. It will go through this cycle and then only it gets decided. So I hope it's clear. Yes. Now we will talk about the last part called the professional misconduct. So there are types of misconduct. So primarily there are two types of misconduct called a professional misconduct, other misconduct. The professional misconduct are related to the work, your profession. Other misconduct are not related to your work. They are like your general things, like you do forgery, okay, and in an open forum you insulted ICI, or you did something because of this ICA had to be felt ashamed, whatever it is, it shall be deemed to be any act or omission on part of the members of the institute which was supposed to be done or which was not supposed to be done. Okay, nothing shall be considered as a limit or exige in any way power to cast duty by the director discipline to inquire into the conduct of the members. A member is liable for a disciplinary action if he is found guilty for professional or other misconduct. So what is your professional misconduct? Professional misconduct is defined in first schedule, part 1, 2, 3, and second schedule, part 1 and 2. They are all related to the work what you are doing. What is other misconduct? Other misconduct are not connected with your work. That's why part 4 of the first schedule, part 3 of the second schedule contains that. Okay, let us go through. That's why, see, they can ask you any question. You have to quote these sections. Okay, you have to quote the schedule, part, clause. That's what you have to practice. And it is very easy also. With the constant practice, you will always remember. You can always quote it. For example, member who found to have forged the will of a relative would be liable for a disciplinary action. No, forging of the will, what it has to do with the professional duty? And it has nothing to do. But no, you will be found guilty either under part 4 or part 3, depending upon how many months you got punished. You got punished by the government of India, court. So we'll see that. Other misconduct would relate to conviction by a competent court. Court has given you punishment. So whether it's less than 6 months or more than 6 months. Now let us go to the schedule. First, there are 2 schedules. First, the schedule is divided into 4 parts. Part 1, 2, 3, 4. For part 1 is applicable to whom? Members in practice. Part 2 is applicable to members in service. Part 3 is applicable to all members. And part 4 is your other misconduct. So are you clear, students? Schedule 2, he has got 4 parts. Part 1 for CA in practice. Part 2, CA in service. Part 3, all CAs. And part 4, other. Now, sorry, this is schedule 1. Now, schedule 2 is also divided into 3 parts. Okay, they have given here. So, first schedule, part 1, for all the CA in practice. Part 2 for all the members. There is nothing called in second schedule because I told you, second schedule is not applicable for CAs in service. Only this part 2 is applicable, or your other misconduct which is related to all the members. Now, these many number of clauses are there. First is 12 clause, 2 clause, 3 clause, 2, 10. Out of these, students, around 3 to 4 clauses here, okay, here 2 to 3 clauses, if you study, then you are done with this. Because all other clauses are very simple. It will just happen. But 3 to 4 clauses are very lengthy. Like your advertisement guidelines, then you are conducting some business, okay, talking to your previous auditors. So such cases, no, they are very lengthy. Once we have understood it, then this particular thing becomes easy. And the moment you feel that this is very easy, then you are actually done with the professional ethics. So this particular schedule is the heart of professional ethics. So put this structure in your brain. You have to practice this. And you should not only practice which clause, which part, which schedule, you should also write that para. Because that fetch you mark. Then in that, there can be some council guidelines also. You have to bring council guidelines also. In that clause, there can be some exemptions. You have to tell, okay, in so and so council guideline, this exemption was given. In so and so resolution, this exemption was given. So this is more like a law now. So you have to study it like a law. Any doubts, you have to talk to me. You have to ask me. I will help you to clarify. Okay. Let us go through one by one about these clauses. Okay. Let us talk about the first schedule. See, we are all done. We started with what? CA Act. In CA Act, relevant things, membership we done, COP we done, then designations we discussed, branch office we discussed, done. I don't think so any other thing, very important thing is related. And then they are talking about how president of ICA will be selected, how the council members, what is their term. So these are all the things are discussed which is not relevant for you when you are preparing CA finals. Okay, we are done with the CA Act. Now we have to talk about the schedules, like Companies Act schedules are there, no, Schedule 3, Schedule 4, like that. Okay, there are two schedules, Schedule 1 and Schedule 2. Schedule 1 has got 4 parts, Schedule 3 has got 3 parts. CA in practice, CA in service, all CA, other misconduct. CA in practice, all CA, other misconduct. Now we have to know one by one clause. We will try to remember, understand. Okay, practice is your job. Clarity I will give you what they are trying to tell them. Now, where a director of discipline is of the opinion that member is guilty of any professional or other misconduct in the first schedule, he shall place the matter before the board of discipline. Already we have seen in the chart. So if you have come across anything and you form that prima facie opinion, yes, he is guilty of the first schedule. So whom should you give? You should give to the board of discipline. First and second or only second, disciplinary committee. I told you, committee danger, board simple. Because committees are very specific people are there in the committee because they are very qualified. That's why when you talk about a board of directors, see, board of directors are coming from the different background. You need not worry about them. But audit committee, you talk, no, all majority are independent. They know about finance. Remuneration committee, any Tom, Dick, Harry, you do not make remuneration committee. They must be knowing about the concept of remuneration. Investor stakeholder, there are specialists there in the committees. That's why for second schedule, they have put specialists. Because second schedule brings more disrepute than the first schedule. Okay, so first schedule, clause number 1, part 1, we will understand. So a chartered accountant in practice, see, whenever you write the clause, you should start from here, but in the study material, they didn't tell again and again. A CA in practice is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he allows any person to practice in his name as chartered accountant, unless such a person is also a chartered accountant in practice. Very importantly, and in a partnership with him or in employed by him. See, the point is very simple, students. Okay, just like you go to the medicals, you see here there is one board. In that board, somebody else is there. Photo. Actually, they were supposed to run the medical. Somebody else is running the business. Have you seen this? Have you observed how risky it is? Now, actually, you should have got trained to give that pharmacy, give the medicines and all. You see, these are the people are taking outside. They may be knowing about it, which medicine and all. They are skilled people, but no, they don't have a license. Somebody else's license they are using. So, if a practicing CA is doing like that, that means he, like, okay, I cleared, but I will lend my name to my friend or another commercial accountant. So, I will show the board, okay, and they are running my business. No, not possible. If you are going to put a board inside that office, you should be sitting, or there should be another CA. Now, who should be that another CA? He should be either in a partnership with you, your partner, or your full-time employee. Okay, just like a branch. We have already seen this concept. That means you cannot have any office given to someone who is not a member of the institute. You cannot sell your license. Because, see, students, yours is a license. No, you can get double income also. There are a lot of people who don't have the license, but they have a client. They go to the CA. So what they can ask you, some of your relative or somebody may ask you, Baba, give me your license. You don't need to do. I will only handle. I will pay you monthly 50,000 rupees. Huh? Nice, no? One side I am getting salary, another side I am getting this commission, 50,000 rupees per month. It tempts me, no? So what I need to do? Nothing. They will put me on board there in front of the office, and they will start getting the business in my name. People think that they are coming to talk to me, but somebody else is talking to them, and they are getting the business. Because, see, I told no, qualification is required because strangers will never trust you otherwise. That's the only reason qualification is required. If you are known to someone, then you don't need any qualification. So, clause number 1 says, don't tell your degree or a license. Are you clear? Yes. So now who is allowed to practice in your name? Yes. Non-chartered accountant, though, impossible. Chartered accountant, yes, possible. When he should be your partner or he should be a full-time employee. But anybody else, that means he's also a practicing CA, but your friend. No, they are not. That's not permitted. So this is very similar to your branch-related provision. Okay, so the above provision is intended to safeguard the public against unqualified accountant practicing under the cover of a qualified accountants. So a lot of people will go. I'll tell you one very fantastic example from Shah. Khatarnak in the Khatarnak example. This check in the Google. You'll be surprised. In Kenya, okay, one person won 26 high court cases. 26 high court cases, not your local level session court, high court cases, one person won. Later, when they found that this person is not a lawyer only. So what he was, okay, how did he manage? You see, there was like, I will take my example, my name only. See, there, for example, I qualified in the year 2007. My name is Nagabhushan. There was another person whose also name was Nagabhushan. Now what I did, I went for job. But this another Nagabhushan, okay, somehow he got my email ID access. He applied to ICAI for COP. Now he got a COP now, and he is telling Nagabhushan Chartered Accountant. Name is same. Followed no? And in this name, this Nagabhushan, the fake Nagabhushan is practicing. Okay, that's why the surprise part is 26 high court cases he has won. Such a qualified, such a competent person. But today what he is doing? He is behind the bar. See, your competency is not counted. Society doesn't look. Your qualification is important. But is it the only qualification people will look? No. Competency is also required. Only you are qualified, but you don't know how to do the work. That's also not required. That is also not possible. But the competency and qualification, when it meets, no, fantastic. No, just to tell you, because I just remember this case. So this is perfectly suits here, where okay, someone give their particular thing to their license to someone. Your doubt is clear, no? That name board in office, clear, right? Yes, that's it. This is all about your first clause. Now let us see one examination question. Illustration. A chartered accountant in practice allowed his brother-in-law, Mr. P, not CAP, who is not a chartered accountant, to practice in the name of CAC. He also allowed CAT, who is an employee in his firm, to practice in the name. Oh, that means he is not your employee. He is the employee of Mr. P. You just gave your name to them because he is just your brother-in-law. He asked, oh friend, please give me. Whether CA is correct in allowing brother-in-law and CA employee is practice? No, even though that would have been perfect, but he should have been the employee of CAC. And then you start quoting, see, as per clause 1, part 1, first schedule to the Chartered Accountants Act 1949. You start your answer. A chartered accountant in practice is deemed to be professional misconduct if he allows any person to carry on employed by him. This is the clause. This clause you have to write. 1 mark, so you will secure for this. Now you say in the given case he has done so and so, so and so, he will be guilty of professional misconduct because both are not permitted. Employee would have been permitted if he is his employee, not T's employee. However, he can allow CA2, who is an employee in his firm, to practice. But if he happen to be an employee of CA P, Mr. P, then you cannot practice. Okay. Employee, yes, that is permitted. Okay, what they say, he also allows CAT, who is an employee in his firm, to practice in his name. Yes, full-time employee can be practiced. That is permitted. This is permitted. Okay, I interpreted it as a P's employee. No, here it is your employee only, or you can make such assumptions. You can tell that also. Okay, now let us see one more question. CA Sant is a newly qualified CA with a COP. Oh, you got a COP. Approached Pant. See, this is exam questions. You are a CA and you have got a COP. And you went to Pant, auditor of his father's company, and allowed him to have some practical knowledge and experience before he can start his own professional practice. Okay. Maybe his father must have asked his friend, okay, who is Pant. Okay, my son, please help him because I want him to set up his own office. Initial days, you please guide him how to do it. Maybe he must have studied somewhere else, or articleship experience may not be that good, whatever. Now, CA Pant allowed him to sit in his office for 6 months, allotted some small chamber also. He used to provide tax consultancy independently to the clients of the firm and filed some IT and GST returns also on behalf of the firm, and no documents were signed. Okay, just this type of work he used to do. Now, he did not get any salary because he came there only for experience or any profit, commission, etc. But whatever reimbursed expenses he incurred, it was reimbursed. And at the end, he gave a lump sum of 3 lakh rupees for out of the gratitude. Now, is there a professional misconduct here? Ah, beautiful question. What do you think, students? Yes or no? Please tell me in the chat box. Do you think there is a professional misconduct? Yes. Why? Because how Pant can allow someone to practice in his name? Like when somebody is coming, they think that okay, but this Sant must be Pant's employee or partner, but he is no one actually. He is simply coming and sitting. So this becomes a professional misconduct. So who can be permitted? Either his employee or a partner only can be permitted to sit. Yes, guilty because you cannot allow any other person to represent him. Even though that person may be having chartered accountant, he may be having COP. No, if you want someone to represent your office, it should be either your employee, CA, or your partner. Yes, let us see, is there any other questions left now? Okay, we have already seen this question. It came in July 25 MTP. So you know the pattern and all. I'm not going to talk about here. So finally you say he is guilty. Now, brother-in-law part also we have seen, which is illustration number 5. Yes, we have done. Okay, there are only 2 questions on this. Next, clause number 2. A CA in practice is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct. The standard sentence. If he pays or allows or agrees to pay or allow directly or indirectly any share of the profits, commission, brokerage in the fees or profits of his professional business to any person. Okay, first of all, the ICA is telling you have to get the business by yourself. Don't appoint commission agents for this. So you should not pay any commission, brokerage, fees, share of profits to anyone for getting the business, except they gave some exception, other than a member of the institute. Okay, so that means another CA, if recommends one party to you, okay, so you can give him reference commissions, 10%. Generally, doctors will say, no, okay, you get one scanning. Okay, there is an understanding between this doctor and that scanning center. Doctor will write one medicine, outside only there is one medical shop. There's an understanding. Okay, based on this, they will get some sort of commissions. Anyhow, this is permitted, like if another member of the institute is going to tell, that is okay. Or your partner, yes, obviously, you can share. Can you share with a retired partner or legal representative of a deceased partner? Yes, you can do it. With the retired partner also you can share. He is no more partner with you, but he was once upon a time partner. Or he is dead and their legal representative you can share, provided you are already mentioned in the partnership deed. Or a member of any other professional body. Now, who are those people? We will see. That means somebody like you may refer, like for example, valuation of PP is there. You may refer to one architect or engineer, and engineer comes to know about some audit work, he can refer to you. Or with such a person having such qualifications as may be prescribed for the purpose of rendering such services from time to time in India or outside India. So partner includes persons residing outside India also within the provisions of section partnership, which is not contravened of section 4 of this particular part. Item 4 of this particular part. Okay, in order to for a member to share the fees, another member of the institute or the firm, such a member of the professional body having such qualification. Now, who are those people? So we understood that a member, if you are a CA, can you share your profit or commission to another CA? Yes. Partner? Yes. Retired partner, yes. Legal representative of retired partner, dead partner, yes, perfect. But other than that, if there are some people, can you share? Yes, they said specified people only. And they gave the list of qualifications. Okay. Who gave? See, that's why you need to tell Regulation 53A, because your act talks only this much and full stop. Done. They said as prescribed. So when you are writing an answer for clause number 2, clause number 1 only section, clause 1 comes as per C Act. But if you are writing an answer for clause number 2, first of all, 1 mark you will fetch for this, to write this, and 1 mark you will fetch to write about Regulation 53A1. Are you clear, students? Because you have to tell in your answer, because Act didn't tell who are those people. They gave the authority to ICA only to decide who are those people with you can share. Now, who are those people with whom he can share? The members of the professional bodies. The CA council has prescribed Regulation 53 of the CA regulations, the professional bodies. Okay, they say that the members of the institute or the firm, members of the professional bodies, like company secretary. Yes, you can you can share with the company secretary. You can share with the member of ICWA, a bar council, primarily lawyers, advocates. Okay, we call them advocates. Indian Institute of Architects, because these people are the one who will do the building valuation and all. So you can share with them, because you can refer them work and they can refer work to you. Institute of Actuaries, because actuaries also play a role in your audit. You remember SA 620, we can refer work to an actuary. You can have that understanding. And if actuary comes to know any work, he will refer to you. So above institutes may have MRA, thus recognizing foreign qualifications. Further, council also prescribed Regulation 53A3, and they said below persons qualified also will be, you can share, like a company secretary. Within the company secretary is that a cost accountant, actuary. Now, Bachelor of Engineering, BE, from any university recognized by the law, BTech for any law recognized by the law, Bachelor of Architecture, Bachelor of Law, like LLB, and Masters in Business Administration, MBA. Because you have to strategic decision related things, you may have to talk to an MBA. From universities established by law or technical institution recognized by All India Council for Technical Education. You have to study these students. You may have to quote this in the examination question. So they said that you can have sharing with members of the professional bodies or having such qualification. You can share with them. So somebody is the DE. He is not a member of any recognized body. Okay. But you can share it something with the engineer. Now, institute has come across certain circulars, orders issued by the registrar of various state cooperative society. Now, people started to raise one doubt. Look, sir, there is one small catch with the cooperative society. Okay, how this catch works? Now, wherein it has been mentioned that certain amount of audit fees is payable to the concerned state government, and the auditor has to deposit certain percentage of fees in the state treasury as part of on receipt of the at the time of receipt of the audit fees. They said, look, sir, if I have to do cooperative society audit, now all the cooperative society, there is somebody called the registrar of cooperative society. They will allot audit to us. Okay, this audit you do, this audit you do. And as per the Cooperative Societies Act or their regulations or circulars issued, say for example, 1% of the audit fees, who is paying me audit fees? Cooperative Society will fees. Who will fix it? ROC will fix it. On what basis? Based on their share capital, based on the advances, based on the asset size. They can put the percentage of profits, whatever they may put. This is the only place where we can take the contingent income, contingent audit fees. But whatever audit fees I pay, say 1% I have to give to the central government. So members started to ask, sir, in the clause number 2, you told us that we can share only with another CA in practice, another member of the institute, or partner, legal representative, or Regulation 53A1 and 53A3. You told me the list of people. Where is central government in that list? Now, can we share this fee with the central government? Because cooperative society ROC is asking us to deposit that money with the central government. It's not going to come back to us. Now, why central government is collecting? Because of their admin fees, some administration charges they are collecting. Now, can we pay this money? Okay, for this, no, institute decided, the council considered the issue and noting that government is asking to deposit such percentage for the recovery of the administrative expenses. They said, look, since the government is asking, there is no bar in the code of ethics to accept such assignment, and please pay to the government. We will not make you guilty of professional misconduct. Are you clear? Yes. Now, considering the case where chartered accountant gave 50% of the audit fees received by him to a complainant who was not a chartered accountant. Oh, that means you shared your 50% of the fees out under the nomenclature of office elements. See, you may do something like this. No, you see, you ICA told don't give to a non-partner. So you can have an informal partnership with one friend who is not a CA. You are CA, he is not CA. He will bring the work. He is very good in marketing. But how do you pay him when he is going to bring the work? Because your accounts will be audited. Tomorrow they may all this information. And see, the person who was about to get the money, he only became the complainant. He was supposed to get 50%, and later it was not paid. No, he became angry and he must have told ICS, sir, this is what is happening. So what he must have done, no, he may not have paid directly, but he must have told office maintenance, rent. See, he changed the nomenclature of the payment. Rent also, 50% of the your fees will you pay as a rent to someone. Some common sense should be there, you know, some reasonability should be there. Okay, so ICA verified this case and they said he is guilty of professional misconduct because you just changed the nomenclature, but in reality what you did, you shared your audit fees. No, this is not permitted. Okay, now one question came, what is the treatment of the goodwill, or can we pay to the legal representatives? Because legal representatives are not CAs. Like there were three partners. One of the partner died. Now his wife need not be a CA. So can we continue to the pay? See, previously he was taking 20% share, 40%, 40%. Now can we continue to pay him 20% now to his widow? This is the question again they asked. Because from here, okay, confusions only will come because they said, okay, you can pay to the legal representative. Now on what basis I can pay? So we need more clarity. So institute again came with the clarity and they gave this particular chart. They said you can share of profit on sale of the goodwill. They gave two types of scenario. One, it can be a firm or it can be a partnership proprietary firm. Now, in case of partnership firm, what happens? There will be two or more partners still alive. That means the firm will get continued. One of the partner died. So if there were only two partners and one of the partner dies, then it will become more like a proprietary firm now. This condition becomes applicable. So if we have got more than two firm partners and one of the partner dies, then two partners will continue. There are two or more partners and one of them dies. The legal representative, say widow, okay, no, sir, no, sorry, friends. Here two or more. That means again, out of two, one person dies. That means another person will continue as a proprietary firm, but he may continue to give that 40% or 50% to the widow. Okay, when it is possible, when two or more partners are there and one of the partner dies, the legal representative of the deceased partner can continue to receive the share of the firm. Only and only if the partnership agreement contains such a provision. See, because see, students, to develop the firm, this partner also gave his sweat. No, today if the firm is like this, he also contributed. So it is totally injustice for his family members that you don't get the benefit of the firm what you have built. That's why ICA gave one provision. Look, do one thing. Let all the members right now in their partnership deed only, let them make an amendment and let them, if they want, let them tell that after my death, this share should go to my wife. You should continue to pay. That is your mutual understanding. If you have having such clause, we will permit you to pay to this wife even though she is not a CA. But if you don't have this clause, then you cannot pay. You have to do one-time settlement and finish. Just like in partnership accounts we have seen, no, one-time settlement of a deceased partner. You can do that settlement and close the account. From after that, from full and final settlement, we should not see that from the firm anything has gone to the widow of the deceased part. Are you clear about this? This particular part is clear? Okay. So second thing, let us see, what if we are a proprietary firm? So if there were only one person and one person dies, you know what happens? See, I can give one more example. See, then I'll tell from the practical point of view. Now, this one person was having a good practice, and maybe say, for example, 100 clients were there. Now, suddenly he dies. See what happened? The moment he dies, there is nobody now. All the clients will generally start moving to other CAs. So now, a person, like for example, I am the new one to this business. I just qualified. Now, I want to get into practice, or I am just into practice from past 2 years, but I don't have sufficient clients now. Now, what I can do, I can approach the widow of this client and say, look, please sell your husband's firm to me. I want to buy it. I will pay you the goodwill. Now, you may ask me, sir, what is the benefit? You see, students, if there are 100 clients, is there no working papers of these 100 clients? And working papers are the property, no? Because their entire history is there. When the notice came, what actions were there. This is like a doctor's work paper. It's like asset of the doctor. That's why they said in SQC1, working papers are the assets of the partner, engagement partner. It's the asset of the firm. So when your all the history is there, then the clients may not move. So now what I will come into picture and I will ask, look, I will pay you one lump sum 5 lakh rupees. You sell your entire firm with all the working papers to me. So what happened for me, immediately I got introduced to all these 100 clients and I can take from there. So for me, finding new clients, developing relationship, that time is saved. And in turn, I gave one lump sum amount to them. Okay, if you pay lump sum, absolutely no problem. But can you tell, I will not pay you lump sum, that in my profit, 20% I will give you from now onwards. Can you have such arrangement? Let's see what our ICA is telling about this. So, in case of your proprietary firm, okay, I think I can go here. Yes, I can show you here. In case of proprietary firm, legal representative can continue if they get the deed, if it is mentioned in the deed. Now, no sharing of the fees is permitted with regard to the legal representative. That means you cannot share the fees. That means you cannot tell that going forward, I will pay you 20% of the profits. Give me all your clients' husbands' records and all. But can you pay goodwill in EMI? Yes, you have to fix one goodwill. Right now, you have to fix 5 lakh. But this amount of 5 lakh you can pay in the form of an EMI. Every year 1 lakh I will pay. You have an agreement. You say that 5 lakh is big amount for me, but you cannot have that contingent amount of 20% of the profits at all, not permitted. Okay. Now one question comes, okay, they have given some 3 scenarios here. In the study material also they have given. Scenario number 1, what if the death happens after 38/1998? Because this is the one ICA also realized, see, because before that, no, ICA never thought about this. But people started to send this representation and all, look, sir, this is all the issues are happening. There are a lot of, see, these are all our members only. And when they die, see, today ICAs come with the benevolent fund. They have come with the membership insurance and all, health insurance. Fantastic things they have done. I also beneficiary of that health insurance, which I have taken through ICA. Now, institute is doing so many things for us, for the members, for students also, for that sake. That's why they came this provision for the first time. They said, if the death happens after 30th August 1998, the sale should happen within 1 year of the death. You cannot prolong it forever. Okay? And death happens within, after 30th 8 1998, and there is a dispute regarding to the legal representative. So, because what happened? No, suddenly another person comes and says, I am the legal representative. Like, for example, this person didn't have a wife. Okay, now there's a problem. This person was alone. Like, or the wife side somebody may come, husband side somebody may come, their brother-in-law. So many people can come and start claiming that, look, I am the legal representative. Now, generally what happens, this matter will go to the court. So ICA said if the death happens after 30th August and there is a dispute, let us go to the court. Court will take its own time to fix. Maybe it may take 3 years, 5 years. But whenever the court told, okay, who is the legal representative, from that date, within 1 year of this dispute settlement, you should sell the goodwill. Okay. What if the death had happened before 30th of August? So sale should be completed by, permission should be got for practice within 28th of August 1998. Oh, sorry, 1999. One small change is required. It's 1999. That is within 1 year. So if the death has happened any time before, maybe 5 years back, in 1995 also it happened, or 1996 it must have happened, whatever. Because this was the day when this resolution was passed. They said, look, 1 year time we will give you. Within 28th of August 1999, you have to sell your whatever. If you want to sell, please sell. From now onwards, matter is very clear. Within 1 year only you have to sell. They say this will be a cut-off date. This is how you need to remember. I hope it's clear, students. But you cannot take the percentage of profit. Goodwill you can pay in the form of an EMI. And now in case of partnership firm, when all the partners die at the same time, then above council decision will be applicable. That means they can sell this to the some other CA. And again, this if all the partners die, then this particular situation becomes applicable. Somebody has to buy the goodwill only. But if any of the one continuing with the firm name, any partners is survived, then they can share the percentage of profit to the legal representative. Now, Qureshi is a chartered accountant, died in a road accident. His widow proposed to sell the practice of her husband to Pardesi for 5 lakh rupees. The price includes right to use the firm name called Qureshi and Associates, because this is well-known name. People know it. So you can practice in anybody's name. No? Generally, see, there is a requirement. If you are going to apply as a sole proprietor, then the firm name should start with the, either you should have the initial, say N, Nagabhushan Pai, NP and O, or Nagabhushan. I cannot use my grandfather's name. Okay, just like for you starting any business, you can randomly pick any name. No, if your partner, you should be starting with their initials, combination of assets. And in the worst case, if this such all the permutation combinations are exhausted, then I can use my father's or mother's name. So there are some restrictions. Which name you can use the firm name and all. Okay. Now, can CA widow sell the practice and Pardeshi continue to the practice in the name of proprietor? Answer is yes. So you tell here clause number 2, part 1 of the first schedule. You tell that, and it lays down that the sale is permitted. Who told? The ICA council has told it is permitted in the form of a flow chart. So you can tell that provisions there. It is further resolved that legal heirs of the residual member has to obtain the permission of the council within 1 year from the death of the proprietor. So they can give you the death date and all. They can ask you when it is possible. So within 1 year from the date of the death, they have to take the permission from the council to sell. So goodwill amount has to be paid one lump sum, because he is the single partner, single proprietor. EMI can be paid in EMI, but no sharing of the goodwill, no sharing of the profits. So Pardesi can continue and sale is permissible. One more example we'll see. Ravi is a practicing proprietor and died on 15th of September. See, they will give you with the date, out of cardiac arrest. Only family member was his wife. On 30th September 2021, okay, 15th September he died. So 15th September 2021, she should have sold. But when she sold only on the 30th September, after 1 year, to CA Balwan, along with the right to use the firm name. Comment: whether Ruhi can sell, she could have sold, but within 1 year. Can Balwan continue to practice in the name of Ravi Associates? Yes, but in the given case, no. So no permission is sought within 1 year. So you can write your answer. You can quote all these provisions and all. So you can tell that if she could have sold it within 1 year, then he could have, she can sell. But in the given case, it is not possible because this sale was happened after 15th of September. So he cannot practice. I hope it's clear. Now, X, who passed the CA examination, started his practice on 15th of August 2017. Oh, exactly 9 years back. On 16th of August, one female candidate approached him for articleship. Now, in addition to the monthly stipend, so you were supposed to pay stipend. Now, he also offered her 1% of the profits. Now, she agreed to take both 1% of the profit and stipend also. Who will not agree? Even offered to me also during my articleship, I also would have taken 1% of the profit. No, probably she must be getting the clients. Please understand here. Why simply somebody will pay 1% of the profit? He may be acting like a partner there. Okay, to get the clients, to talk to them. Now, ICA sent letter to Mr. X objecting the payment of 1% of the profits. Somehow, ICA came to know that this arrangement. Now, X replied to ICA that he is paying 1% over and above the stipend. So, if I don't pay the stipend, you ask me, I agree. Minimum stipend you suggested 3,000 rupees. If I pay 2,500, but I'm paying more, then what is your problem? And see, look at her financial position. It's very weak. I'm helping. Is he liable for professional misconduct? Yes. You are not supposed to share the profits. Okay. And such a profits cannot be shared in any other office nomenclature also. Like unreasonable stipend of 50,000 rupees per month and all. Don't give that. Because you may divert that percentage of profit in that way. Whatever. So in this case also, he is guilty of professional misconduct. Okay. Let us see clause number 2. Is there any questions? Schedule 1, part 1. Qureshi, yes, we have already seen illustration number 6. Please don't write in the exam in the above flow chart and all. You write the proper answer. In the study material they are given in the above flow chart. Or you draw the flow chart and write. Then X passed the examination on July. Somebody came and gave 1%. Okay, we have already seen. Vasu started practice. Female candidate came 1%, 2% of the profit. Okay, so this is also same story. This question, test your knowledge and MTP it came. In both the cases, he is guilty of professional misconduct under clause 2, part 1 of the first schedule. ICA of the objection is correct. Okay. Then, Avin, a practicing CA, gave 50% of the audit fees to a non-chartered accountant as an office allowance. This also we have seen. Yes, so sharing profit is not permitted. Regulation 53A you can talk about. Specifically for some people have been told. Okay, let us see one examination question. First question in the schedule. Proprietor A and CA, proprietor of A and colleagues, chartered accountant, is developing his practice and recently secured major audit assignment of for B State Cooperative Society. The engagement fees is 1 crore rupees. Fantastic. Excellent. In view of the vision of growth to expand and develop, CAA has entered into an agreement with the unregistered financial consultant Mr. X, who is an MBA from the local university. Mr. X introduced CAA to his business clients. In return, CAA agrees to pay him 2.5% commission. So can you have such things? Yes. Provided you should be an MBA from the approved university. Local university said we will assume it should be approved. Additionally, as per the state cooperative circular, 5% of the fees has to be paid to the state treasury. See, there are two questions here. One, you are paying to an MBA and you are paying to the central government. Can you do that? Yes. First, you are going to quote clause number 2 and you are going to talk about exception 53A3 where you said MBA is permitted, Master of Business Administration. So that is permitted. And CA, okay, in the given case, MBA is from the local university. Okay, so they have made an assumption that local university is not approved here. Agrees to pay the commission. It should be established by the law and technical institutions recognized by the all council for anyhow. It is a matter of assumption, students. You can assume that this local university, but make a point. Tell that very clearly that assuming this local university is approved, you can share. Otherwise, you can assume that it is local university not approved. So it's just a matter of assumption. Additionally, he has given to the state registrar that is permitted because ICA has given permission to share it. Anyhow, see, you need not worry because you will be risking only 1 mark here because probably this will fetch you 2 marks. Your IC, this particular thing will fetch you 2 marks because you need to tell about that provision. Okay, maybe 1 mark. 1 mark here to tell about this MBA. Maybe 3 marks they will give you for this. No, not 3 marks, sorry. 2 marks for the provision and 1 mark to tell about this. So definitely would have told about this regulation 53A3. So in the worst case, okay, so if you make a wrong assumption, You may end up losing 1 mark, but still 4 marks you can get. So this is the subject matter of an assumption. Yes, are you clear, students? Any doubts in any of the points? Okay, so we will move on. So we will move to clause number 3. First of all, see how to remember it. Okay, we will remember it like this. First, you become a CA. Just to become CA, you cannot do the business. What is the very first thing you do? You set up one office. Now they said, if you set up office, you sit there. Don't sell your degree to someone else and go. Okay, so that's why. See, I will tell you the flow. So first, remember not to permit someone to sit in your office. What is your clause number 2? Okay, you are coming and sitting. Will the client come to you? No, that's why you make tie up with so many people and start paying them commissions. Please bring the client to me. Logically, because you are getting bored sitting from morning till evening. No clients are coming. So you have to get the clients now. So you will pay them commission. So clause number 2 is commission. Remember this. Paying percentage of profits. This is your clause number 2. So what is your clause number 3? Accepts or agree to accept part of the profits of the professional work of a person who is not a member of the institute. Oh, just like you can't pay, you can't receive also. Because behind the scene, you could have done one partnership, no, with someone. You see, if you have to earn a money, you have to earn from your client only. However, there is some exception. Nothing shall be construed as prohibiting a member from entering into profit sharing arrangement with the similar arrangement, any share commission brokerage fees from the professional body members or any other person having qualification. Okay, that means if these people are permitted with whom you can share the fees, you can receive the fees also from them. Like sitting here, one client came, okay, and he told, okay, I want to do the valuation of the shares, or I want to do one valuation of the building. So you knew one architect, immediately you send him to the architect and say, okay, I'm sending one person, please pay me 10%. You don't have any other business there. So you pay 10%. Is it permitted? Yes, permitted. But you cannot permit to send it to a non-CA or any people who are not part of that 53A regulation and get the profits from them or commission from them. So it is also easy to remember. First, you set the office. Second, you pay the commission. Third, you receive the commission. Not permitted. Only for whom you can pay the commission from, only then you can receive the commission. Just a member cannot share the fees. He is also not permitted to receive the share of the fees except from the professional body having qualification as told in regulation 53A. So it is not prohibited for a member in practice to charge referral fees, being fees obtained by a member from another member in practice. That means you can always share. Yes. Now, CAP is a newly qualified CA. Now, in order to increase his professional practice, he entered into an agreement with A, okay, who is not a CA, experienced a registered value to share 20% of the fees. Now, CAP, based on this, CAP received 1,20,000 during the year 18-19. Is from A, is CA guilty of professional misconduct? Absolutely yes. Why? Because registered valuer is not covered in that set of people. He is not a company secretary, he is not an architect, he is not an advocate, he is not an actuary, he is not a law, he is not a BTech, BE or an MBA. So he becomes guilty of professional misconduct. That's it. Easy, right? To remember clause number 3. So we will see PAC is a qualified, 1,20,000 received. This is the model test paper number, question number 5C. Only one question. And part number 4, so there is no question on clause number 4. Okay. Now you understood now. After, okay, what is the flow? First you set up the office. Clause number 1, sit there. Don't sell your practice. Clause number 2, don't pay commission. Clause number 3, don't receive commission. Then after sitting some time you realized network is net worth. Alone though I cannot do. So you may decide to bring one more person into your business. How? Partnership. The 4th is a partnership. You remember this flow, students. You imagine that you are that new person. Okay. sit in office or don't sell the office. And now you get one more person. Yeah, after some time, generally people will have a partnership firm. Now, with whom you can enter into partnership? Now, a CA in practice is guilty of professional misconduct if he enters into any partnership in India or outside India with any person other than a chartered accountant in practice. So that person should be CA in practice, holding COP, or such other person who is a member of another professional body. Now, can you say, can you have a, see, I am a CA in practice, who, this is me. You are just a CA who is working as an employee. Can I have a partnership with you? No, because you are not a practicing CA. But if you are an employee of some company but holding COP, then I can have a partnership with you. But this COP is no use. Huh? We discussed already previously. You cannot sign, you cannot take article students, nothing. Okay. Now, you cannot have any partnership with any member of the other body or such other qualifications as may be prescribed. Same, member of the other professional body you can have, qualifications you can have. But for his residence abroad, including a resident who, but for his resident abroad, would be entitled to be registered as a member. That means there is someone who is already sitting in a faraway country, registered as a member under clause 5 of subsection 1 of section 4. Now we have to see who are those people who are the members under clause 4 subsection 1 subclause 5, whose qualifications are recognized by the central government or the council for the purpose of permitting such partnership. Okay, now they have, ICA council has prescribed regulation 53A3 as discussed under clause 2 and 53B, with whom you can have partnership, but it's the same, exactly same. So with whom you can have a partnership? You can have company secretary, cost accountant, advocate, engineer, architect, and actuary. But who is missing in this? MBA. With an MBA, you can share fee, you can receive fee, you cannot have partnership. No partnership with MBA. But with the MBA, you can share and receive the fees, provided they are recognized universities. I hope it's clear. Other people are fine. That's why students, see, today LLPs are coming with the what is that called, dimensional or multidisciplinary LLPs. Different segments, different peoples are joining together. Because under one roof, they will give you all type of services. But MBA should not be part of this. I don't know why ICA is angry on MBA. Now, chartered accountant in practice is not permitted to enter into partnership with any person other than chartered accountant in practice. They cannot form a multidisciplinary partnership till such time that regulators of other professional party also permit the partnership with the chartered accountants and guidelines. The members, however, may take note that, okay, just like we are permitting you, but if the other party is not permitting, like for example, can you have a partnership with the company secretary, CA plus CS? Obviously, yes. From our side, we are okay, done. But what if your company secretaries are not permitted? In their regulation, they have said that, look, company secretary cannot have a partnership with CA firm, then nothing doing. That's why they say that you see to it that, please note that you cannot form this partnership unless the regulators of that another institute also permit such partnership. Yeah, generally, these are all, maybe MBA they may not have permitted, because see, in the logic may be something like here, Institution of Engineers. Okay, I'm not sure, students, what is the logic why an MBA is not permitted. Okay, maybe they may be from different institutes or something like that. Whatever, an MBA we cannot have a partnership. Now, CA in practice entered into partnership with an advocate. Can he do? Yes, for sharing of the fees for the work sent by him. He need not have partnership also. You can, otherwise also you can share. However, some dispute, the partnership was dissolved after 1 month without any fees. Now, with reference to C, is there any guiltiness? No, there is no guiltiness, because you can have a partnership, you can have the share the fees, whatever. There is only one question. Let us see the Q&A. This question is from the old syllabus, but otherwise there are no questions from the old syllabus, like from the new syllabus from May 24. Yes, so we are done. Now clause number 5. See, one is what? Again, see, just for the sake of revision, so that you should not forget. The more and more we revise, better and better you remember and understand. So clause number 1, you should not permit anyone to sit in your office. Clause number 2, should not pay commission to someone except so and so, should not receive the commission and should not have the partnership. Now clause number 5 says that you should not, a practicing CA is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he secures either through the service of a person who is not an employee of such chartered accountant or who is not his partner by means which are not open to the chartered accountant any professional business. That means you should not secure the work also from someone else. That means you restrict yourself. Okay, with anybody else, you should not secure. From your employees and all, you should not secure any work. Not an employee of the chartered accountant. Any person who is not an employee or who is not his partner or by any means which is not open to the chartered accountants any professional business, provided nothing herein contained shall construed as prohibiting an agreement permitted in 2, 3, 4. That means sharing of the fees, receiving of the fees and partnership is permitted. Other than that, you should not do any other type of arrangement to get the business. They say that chartered accountant should not seek the work through any agency and all form of canvassing is considered as unethical and prohibited. They say that you should stand on your own legs. Get yourself, a man must stand erect and not kept erect by others. This is what I say is thinking. So decision of the council. A chartered accountant wrote different letters to different army canteens. Now giving the details, everything. And he was an experience, etc. See, this is not somewhere like you can send some letter to someone. Okay, like in Naukri.com you apply, no? Like practicing CS cannot do that because he was held guilty of clause number 5 and 6. Okay, solicitation, which we will learn next. And this is not something which is open for chartered accountants. You cannot get by sending some letters and all and give me some work. No, it will make you cheap there. The people will start thinking, what is these chartered accountants are doing? They don't have any work or what? Did the business has gone down? So it may be further noted that the acts of the partners and employees of the firm towards securing the professional work are subject to clause 6 and 7. That means your employees and your partners can get the business, but they are subject to clause number 6 and 7, advertisement and solicitation guidelines. But other than that, by any means, you should not secure the work. Okay, is there any questions? No, there are absolutely no question. Even in the old syllabus also, in the new syllabus also, because I have taken these questions from the beginning students, from 2000 I can say. Till now, they are not asked question on clause number 5. Okay, now we will go to the main. I told you, some clauses are very important and they are the heart of this chapter. So we will go to clause number 6. See, now, evil idea started to your brain. See, because you have been sitting and every last opportunity to secure the business, not to secure business. ICA has put the full stop. They tell within this, okay, but I should be aware about that engineer, no, if I have to share the fees. I should be aware about that lawyer, no. So my network is very limited. You see, from the practicing CA point of view, he has set up an office. He is permitted to pay commission and receive commission, but it all depends upon your network. No, you should have been connected with these people in some religious gathering. You should have had their friend. Simply nobody will share. No, you should be part of that Lions Club members meet or BNA. Now one more question comes: can I be the member of that BNA also? ICA has put its own restrictions there because you are trying to secure the business by becoming the partner of that BNA. Some business meeting is there where people share the business with each other. Now one question comes, can a member of ICA be the member of that? So ICA said very clearly, look, you can get the business either yourself or through your employees or your partners or this set of people, nothing else. Then how to reach people? Fantastic ideas comes like sending letters, putting advertisement, putting holdings, okay, WhatsApp communication, okay, videos. Now, they have brought one master clause called clause number 6. They said that a CA in practice is deemed to be guilty of professional misconduct if he solicits a client. What do you mean by solicitation? begging, I can say. In Kannada, solicitation means dainyate in the beduvudu. That means you beg with the, please, please give me. Like they say, no, we make one face and all. No, you should not solicit the work. You should have your own dignity. Or solicit the work, clients or professional work, you directly or indirectly by a circular. Like that's why in the previous case, when you were sending one letter, circular is what? It will go circular, everyone it will go. It is not mentioned for anyone. To whoever it's concerned. So he was sending to army canteen. Not possible. This is not permitted. Or just put on advertisement in the newspaper that clients wanted. We will give this type of service. You see, no? Every fabricators and your car sale and all they do. Personal communication also not should be done. Interview or by any other means. Very specifically they told none of these type of things you should be doing. Provided nothing shall be constrained to be construed as preventing or prohibiting any chartered accountant from applying or requesting or inviting or securing professional work from another practicing CA. See, the idea behind this clause is, like when you start begging the work from others, then society will underestimate you because they see that, oh, chartered accountant means they look with the high esteem. But the moment they feel that, okay, you don't have business, you don't have money, they don't respect you. They don't respect you means your designation is not respected. And it is ICS designation, it is not your designation. But what they said, look, if you don't have work, if there are other practicing CA, you ask them, you beg with them, no problem. Why? Because it is within our family members only. So there is one provision which tells that, yes, this is solicitation in the form of inviting, securing, advertisement, whatever. Do it within your family members. Outside, no. Outside show that you are extremely rich person. Or if tenders come, members can respond to the tender or enquiry issued by various users of professional services from time to time to secure the professional work. That means the MRPL may send the tenders. Okay, please quote. This type of work is there. You can reply. So these are all the only and only two exceptions given by clause number 6, part 1, first schedule 1949 Act, CA Act. Are you clear, students? First of all, you should not get in any advertisement, circular, solicitation, nothing should be done. Except you can do it with other members, and if anybody has come with a tender, you know for sure it's not a circular. You can't ask, is there any circular? That is professional misconduct. But if the tender has already come, you can reply to that tender. Now council has come with the guideline because so much confusion came. Okay, it is about the services which are exclusively reserved for chartered accountants like audit and attestation services. And restrictions shall not be applicable where the minimum fees is prescribed or where the areas are open to other professional chartered accountants also. Okay, so we will see that somewhere we have to talk about it again later. That's why I have put the font size very small. Advertisement or coaching institutes, we will talk about it later. Okay, this also we will talk. They are telling about what if the exclusive area, like for audit, they will ask. Okay, we'll see. This is a council guidelines are there. Because your act says only this much. But different permutation combination comes. What about the coaching business? If I am doing coaching, 28 hours is permitted per week. Can I advertise for the coaching? We'll see that later. Then abstain from coaching institutes. Okay, but you can give only name, coaching, etc. Same thing is covered again, students. That's why I am not discussing here. Okay. The professionals cannot secure either by advertisement circular, only by obtain gradually building the confidence. The service is of personal and intimate nature, and the value can be appraised only by the personal contact and experience, not by an advertisement. You are not selling a product. Okay, you are selling an experience, or you are selling, it's a very personal work you are doing, like a doctor. Have you seen the advertisement of the doctors in the newspaper? No, right? So, yeah, because doctors, they build the confidence, you have a relationship, you get that trust on them. Say a public advertisement is like to lead an impression that the person is anxious to win the confidence. That's why this should be avoided. It's not a key to success in our profession. Chalo. Forget it, students. So what you need to remember, this particular para, you make a note. This is what you need to study. From here, everything you ignore. Don't bother about this. I will tell you. Why? Because the same components have been discussed now in the form of council guideline. So some form of solicitation work has been prohibited by the council. Now, which all type of solicitations are prohibited? Okay, now let us see now. That's why I told you, clause number 6 is very big. What type of solicitation has been prohibited? One, advertisement and note in the press. You cannot give any advertisement in the press, newspapers, that you wanted to sell or buy something. No, you cannot, none of the advertisement can be given. So members should not advertise soliciting the work or advertising in such a manner that could be interpreted as a soliciting or offer to take an professional work. They are also not permitted to use the less open method of circulating the letters to small field of possible clients. See, you can send one WhatsApp message, no, for all. You think that if somebody is requiring, you may send one WhatsApp message. But once upon a time, no, letters were sent. You see, you may also get one random letter. Somebody sending advertisement that we have opened this business. Okay, this is what you see now, along with the newspaper, one pamphlet comes. Such type of notes, advertisements, not permitted. Personal canvassing is also not permitted through the help of employees. Like employees are calling, okay, teleconference, tele-advertisements, no, not permitted. Personally also you cannot do such type of thing. So advertisement in the note and advertisement in the press is prohibited, including personal canvassing. However, there is an exceptions to it. One, you can request another chartered accountant in practice for a work, which was already given in the schedule 6 also, clause 6 also. A member may advertise changes in the partnership or dissolution of a firm and change in the address or the telephone number. Okay, now one more question came. Somebody asked ICA, hello sir, we agree. We should not advertisement. But what if my firm got dissolved? Your partnership act says that you have to give one public notice. Otherwise, your liability of that deceased partner will be unlimited or whatever. The retiring partner will be unlimited. What if our address got changed? Should we not communicate to our clients and all, everyone? That they said yes. In such cases, we can give you permission to advertise. But if I give you permission, then what you do? No, simply you change your place and you give an advertisement. Because you see, no student, I will tell you, I think you must have observed in the newspaper also. Very beautiful advertisement. Aishwarya Rai, Salman Khan birthday, no? Somebody will give advertisement in the last paper of the newspaper. Have you ever observed in Udayawani? Okay. I got surprised. Aishwarya Rai's photo is there and one small, okay, passport size photo. And happy birthday, Aishwarya Rai. What surprise? Who will give this type of advertisement? I went there, I saw their name below, some marriage bureau it seems. You see the idea to attract the attention. At least somebody came to know, oh, there is a marriage bureau. Another day, no, the same people are giving for Salman Khan. Happy birthday. See now, at least I came to know that there is a marriage bureau. Now people come to know somebody who wants to, like they are looking for the marriage proposal for their kids and all. Now they will contact. So that's why it is possible that this PAs can use this address change, phone number change as a medium. Right? What I say told, Baba, don't play with us. Whatever announcements you make should be limited to a bare statement of fact. And consideration should be given to the appropriateness of area in the distribution of the newspaper. First of all, don't lie. A well-known partnership firm has changed its location. Don't tell such type of thing. Well-known firm and all. Just to tell that we are the firm, we have changed the name or we have changed this particular thing. Whatever as per the law you are required to give the advertisement, you give there. It should be a bare statement. And don't, if it is required that it should be given in the local newspaper, don't give in National Herald, the Hindu and all. Let everybody in the world need not require to know that. That's why that you should consider the appropriateness of the area. So somewhere they should give the flexibility also. It's not that you cannot be tied from every angle. Now, member is permitted to issue a classified advertisement in the journal newspaper of the institute. Okay, because this is given only for CAs and CFOs and high profile people. In classified advertisement, because we have got one journal friend, the name is Chartered Accountant. The name of the journal. Every month we get. In that different articles are written. Okay, there we get the advertisements. Why? Because this is within ourselves. No public will come to know. And here they should tell only the accountant's name, address, telephone number, email, etc. and social networking sites. Mere factual position of experience and area of specialization relevant are permissible. But here you can give advertisements. Advertisement means in the box only it comes. We are looking to for assignments. Okay, if anybody wants to give the assignment, we can give name, address. My experience is 2 years in systems audit. I can give that. So some firm can contact me. Mr. Honest, a CA in practice, wrote 2 letters to chartered accountant firm requesting to allot some professional work. He did not have a significant clients. He also wrote to ABC, a firm of chartered accountant, for seeking professional work. So XYZ chartered accountants and ABC chartered accountant, he sent a letter. Mr. Clever, another CA, informed the ICA regarding Honest's approach. He says, sir, this is what they are doing. Is Mr. Honest wrong? No. Why? Because he can give that advertisement. First you write all the story here, provision, clause 6, what it says, what 2 exemptions are there, what ICA has come with the council guideline, and what that guideline gives an exemption. It says that advertisement in the newspaper containing the photograph of Mr. X, member of the institute. Okay, so he is not guilty because he can send such letters to the another practicing CS. Another case, an advertisement was published. This is another case. In the newspaper containing the photograph of X, a member of the institute who was congratulated on the occasion of the opening ceremony of his office. Clear-cut guilty. Such type of things should not be done, because you are showing that that opening ceremony. Okay, my office got opened. You are putting in the newspaper. It amounts to advertisement. Opening ceremony, occasion, and all. Congratulations and such type of things you are not supposed to do. Okay, are you clear, students, about the first clause? Advertisement in the notes and the press. Press means your newspaper. You should not do. Okay, so we will see this other points tomorrow, students. Okay, there are more questions. We will see one by one. I told no, clause number 6 will go in detail. Everything should be clear, and we will try to remember also at the end. Okay, all the 12 clauses, part, subclause, part, everything we will remember. I'll tell you one method. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow morning at 7. Yes, thank you.